We're professionals.
I can tell that guy's a professional drinker.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Are we ready to go? Did you go to upstairs Hollywood Medical College too? Are we ready? Can you guys hear us okay? Mic check. Mic. Yeah. Whatever. Fine. Is everybody here?
Yeah. Except for that one guy.
They're not here. What up? Okay.
Hi, guy. Hi.
Well, this panel is going to be CCP Presents, or the EVE Online team plus one dude from WAD. So,
I wonder who.
I am CCP Jason. Introduce yourself.
I'm CCP Head First.
You gotta think about that, JJ.
Yeah.
You forgot your dev name.
Go.
Okay, CCP Big Dumb Object.
CCP Maiden Steel.
And CCP Path.
Path, really?
Yeah.
What's CCP name?
I actually ran the Live Agents game at the con, and I needed a dev name for it. So.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you something else.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
CCP Sandals.
Sparkles!
I want to be CCP Brony now, actually.
This is clearly going to go well.
I want to make him Mr. Sparkles.
Okay, anyway, so up here you have the EVE content team.
Sparkle pants.
Big Dumb Object Head First and I are some of the writers and content designers for EVE. What's your Maiden Steel? God, I hate that name so much. Maiden Steel over there is our intern, and their Path over there is some other dude. So
I say we'll rename her CCP Sandals.
So we'll just do a quick, question and answer session about whatever you guys have. We'll try to be as honest as possible until I feel like lying, and then.
Well, how many of you guys are EVE players? Oh, crap. Okay. We have not anticipated. We're swarmed. Let's get out of here.
Get fucked!
Okay. So yeah, just shout questions at us. But, just everyone at once. Go ahead.
Big super, please!
Big supers!
That's
Hell! I'm ready first!
Alright, cool! Chaos, we're ready! Just raise your hands, you two.
Laundry list of
Alright, you first.
When are like hybrid turrets going to be fixed in blasters?
Are they broken?
Seriously!
Everyone, come on!
Okay, to reiterate, we write the story. All that ancient mission text that you don't read, that's what we
do. I don't, so that's cool. Good for you.
You read it? Wait, what's Dan's all about? Everybody's mentioning.
Who the fuck are the Gristas?
There's skeleton bunnies, right?
I don't. Intern, what are they? What? Who are the Gristas?
Skull bunnies.
People. I thought that was just a tattoo on your head.
I saw that on a fishing quest at one point.
I thought it was a Donnie Darko reference. That's a character, yeah.
Maybe Donnie Darko reference to eat.
I've got a lot of Wikipedia.
Okay, the answer question, I don't know. Alright, next question.
Good answer. Setting the tone early.
Yeah. No, seriously, there are some that's always been looked at. I know, I think DFF might have had their backlog at one point, but I don't know.
It is still on their backlog. It is not this release, however.
Yeah. So it's we're well aware of it.
Use missiles. Okay, we're going with that. We're gonna answer costumed people's questions first. So this guy right here. Wait, is that a costume, or do you always dress like this?
I live in Null Sex, that's how I always dress.
Is that a joke? I don't think it's reality.
Did you say null sex?
You guys really work for CCP?
Somebody kill him. In the janitor's closet over there, there's 3 guys tied up. Okay, but seriously, what is your question? Is that really a pirate costume? Can you stand up and show everybody? Oh, it's steampunk.
That's kind of Eve, I guess. I'm calling it Eve. Good job.
My question was, last year you guys talked about the implementation of like the new Sancha stuff.
Yeah.
So now that it's been out for a while, how has that developed versus how you thought it was going to develop?
Well, you were talking about like the Incursion content?
Yes.
It's turned into exactly what we wanted it to be, which was high-end, like really coordinated group PvE content. And like when I log into the game and play, the channels are alive with people looking for a group. We need a tank, we need logistics, we need DPS of specific classes. Is it a shield fleet, is it an armor fleet? And it's really easy for people to find groups, and that was the intent. One of our design goals is maximizing human interaction, and that's not just because we're promoting, you know, PvPs or PvP or anything like that. It's to say the more people communicate with each other, the more somebody gets in a pickup group for an incursion, they're going to meet people and make friends, and if they know their shit, they're going to get invited to their corp, and then they're going to subscribe. And then I'm going to get the raise that I deserve. And then probably get like a second motorcycle or something. Maybe,
I'm going to get a real car. In my head. Race car bed.
Cybernetic eyes.
Oh, that'd be great. Fuck yeah. Have you played Incursion content? Have you played that, or?
Yes, we have.
Do you like it? Have you enjoyed it? Is it good?
In Empire it's fun, but in NullSec it's just like more of an annoyance because you're trying to move around, it's Sino jams and all. It's something you have to do in NullSec, I feel like.
It turns out, like, you know, pirate, bad guy, robot, zombies are pretty annoying, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, good. So I guess working design.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Incursion stuff turned out marvelous. I mean, we're probably going to, I hope we iterate on it sometime soon and add a whole bunch of new content. And the tool that we made for the Incursion content was not just a one-off deal that only handles Sancha incursions. Well, technically, right now it is. Anyway, the framework is there that we could turn this tool into something really diverse, really powerful, and really adaptable so that we could do all kinds of different things, not just pirate invasions, not just, you know, changing the skins on it, changing the names and making it for other factions, but doing a lot of different game design goals with just this one tool that can handle a lot of different things. So hopefully in the future we'll be seeing that a lot more.
Chris, you actually worked on it. Do you want to talk about that at all, or?
No. So pretty much the incursions that we released with Incursion are turning out pretty well. There were only a few problematic sites, and we've just resolved the last major design flummox we had with one of the sites in this past release. And now we're turning our attention to other things that we can do with the tool set and particular design goals we want to meet with those. I mean, we've talked about everything from newbie-friendly incursions to get people more used to large group play, to see if we can adapt to things like faction warfare system, and just various other iterations of that idea. The core concept is something we're definitely going to stick to, and it's going to grow beyond just being Incursion is something that happens with Sancha and is there to, you know, ruin your gay camp for a while.
Next question. You choose.
This guy's filming it right here, so we're all going to look back at the camera.
All right. My big question is this. Hi. You look marvelous.
Coming pretty. Go ahead, come on.
You're pretty.
Thank you. Okay, cool.
All right. Now, you actually just made mention of faction warfare missions. What kind of...
Me? Okay, go ahead.
It's only in the butt.
What kind of ideas do you all have to expand upon faction warfare, make it more interesting, make it mean something? One thing is specific that that the Galente militia have told me about and want me to ask about is with plexes. What's the point to them? Really, I mean, what's the point besides screwing around with the enemy faction for a little while? What are we gaining out of it?
You are completely correct that faction warfare needs some love. We actually, did we talk about this week? Like, there's something to fix faction warfare?
We've talked about it every week.
Yeah, we talk about it every week.
I'll just tell you this. Every time we send a survey around to all the various teams, game design, content, even programmers and art, and we say, hey, prioritize all the things, all the potential features that you want to work on, or all the existing features you want to fix. Faction warfare always ends up at the top of all of those lists from every department. So it's only a matter of time, and I would say not long, until we really start devoting teams and redesign and really start thinking about how this tool should evolve to be something that does what it's supposed to do a little bit more effectively. Yeah. Like it gets the job done only technically at this point, but we still think that there's a lot of building blocks we could have added on to that foundation.
It definitely needs another iteration on it. It's one of my favorite features. I find the movement arm election myself on my player account. So, oh come on.
Hey, I'm Galente, so he's fine by me. Yeah. As long as he's not Caldari or Mar, I don't care.
And he told me I'm pretty, so use missiles.
Artillery. Anyway.
No, so I mean, it's one of my my soft spots in the EU is I love faction warfare and everything it has to do. I want to make it better, and I know a lot of other devs want to. It's just a matter of when we get to go ahead. So.
There's a lot of ideas on how to make it better too, from using the Incursion style tool to doing, where you're going to your faction warfare space of, like, say, between Galente and Caldari, and there's just like you're used to seeing in the Sancha incursions, except it's Caldari and Galente space and vice versa. So you can contribute in that PvP conflict, that inter-empire conflict, in a PvP or a PvE role. Like I can just go run an Incursion style site against the Caldari or something. So we've talked about all kinds of ideas like that, but it's definitely coming down the pipeline sooner than later. Sooner than a lot of other features, I should say.
Well, why else is Grant Strong?
Have something you'd like to add?
No.
Well, then on a side note, my friend Lump the Reich wants to know why all the ships tend to look like penises.
I thought that was up.
Freud. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Satisfied now, asshole?
Alright, are you saying you don't want ships?
Okay, you pick one.
We did a lot of internet research.
Eve had a time to penis in like a day, so might as well get every ship like that.
Ask Jason-itis about a big fucking drill.
No. That was for dust, so never mind.
What was your nickname in college?
that was a working title for a while before we did CCP. That was a dark time in my life.
All right, wait. Okay, I like this red jacket back here. Plus, this guy had his hand up forever.
My question was: is there any look at maybe any faction unique concept, like giving the more ability to bet on flavor power races or something like that?
So,
Going back to the story of the individual races and how they're different.
You mean like region-specific content?
Yeah.
I hate you. So we're not looking at any faction-specific systems, but faction-specific content, more particularly region-specific content, where it's content that's specific to a particular area of space, which inherently will reflect the factions that control it. That is something that's high priority for us. And again, right now, it's really one of those things that we're waiting for the stars to sort of align on being able to construct the right team and the right pipeline to get it done, because we keep talking about region-specific content. I think we actually talked about it for the first time here last year.
I made my proposal 2 years ago. So.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it just takes a while to get all the resources lined up, because there are always other features that are going to vie for priority as well. And when you're talking region-specific content, you're talking about a huge content push, because it turns out there's a lot of space.
Really?
There's some space, yes.
Yeah, there's
at least one space.
This is something that when we did Apocrypha with the Sisters of Eve arc, it was kind of like, okay, now we'll just make them go over to the other empire, and that's 40 jumps. Sweet. Okay, cool. Replan.
Yeah.
We didn't replan. We still have to make 40 jumps.
Yeah. We also discovered there's no highway between Caldari and Mimitar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. Anyway, so yeah, we always want to actually make stuff more specific to factions, just because it's to make things more unique and makes it a much more unique experience. So it's a matter of just when we can do it.
All right, sweet. Let's crush more dreams.
Who else has got a costume on? Anybody?
There's a guy with goggles over there.
All right, fine, goggles.
Oh man. Do the ships in Eve have crews? Like that's been bugging.
Yes. Coming a year and a half ago. Yes, we had. Okay,
Once and for all, ships do have crews. Even frigates.
We actually we were doing a Storyline Summit a year and a half ago, and afterward we were all kind of sitting in a conference room, just burned out from talking about bullshit story for 8 hours. I think we were drinking at the time too.
We were drinking hour 2.
Yeah. And so we decided finally tackle that question at the end of the summit. Okay, fine. Let's just decide when our ships have crews, and we spent 2 or 3 hours just yelling at each other about the various statistics. We made a fucking chart.
You guys have seen the chart, right? Of all the different ship classes and crews.
We made a
survivability rates.
We made a chart that makes it official. So yeah.
Clear Skies had a crew. There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, ships have crews. I think we give more ranges of a battleship has X between X.
Also, Capsuleer ships have less crews.
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? It's all fake anyway. So.
Thanks, man.
It's not fake, it's magic.
I mean, sorry, Eve is real. Sorry, Eve is real.
hurt the feelings of the role players. Yeah.
That's where I started lying.
There's no such thing as a monster.
Oh, there's no such thing as vampires, I think.
Oh, vampires.
Right.
No, vampires are hard.
What?
All right, this
Basically
guy's
real.
giving me the evil eye. Is that costume, your AV getup, or is that?
Nah, I'm Dragon Con security tech.
Oh, I thought you were like a space ranger or something.
My alliance, Fidelis Constance, one of the Northern Coalition alliances, wants to know why does it seem like every time the server has to do an emergency reboot, it actually is to benefit the Russians.
That's just timing. That's honestly just good timing.
Also, a lot of sweet Russian mafia money.
Have you met any Russians?
Yes, actually I have.
I live next to OMS. Okay. Yeah.
And another thing I want to know is with this jump bridge nerf, why don't y'all actually extend the range of jump bridges because it becomes a pain on logistics.
Intern, you're intern.
Is the disconnect here that they really don't know the story of the game?
Yeah, you know about sinos and stuff. You can answer this.
Iron Maiden.
No, I'm a pirate.
Yar.
Yar.
Honestly, I can't really answer about jump bridges. That's not my domain for Eve, so sorry. That's more.
Link, what do you know about jump bridges?
Jump bridges are sweet.
Yeah, sorry,
That's our official response.
I'd love to answer that, but
Jump bridges are sweet.
Yeah, that's more. I don't touch that stuff. So.
All right, next, I see a hat back there.
Is it sweet hat?
Oh my god, is that it? Wait, hang on a second. Is that a girl? I was not informed that girls play Eve.
Wait.
Does it make it worse that I'm a game designer?
Hooray!
No, that makes it a little better. Wait, what game do you design for?
I actually run my own company in Chicago.
What company is it?
That makes her better than you.
Wait.
You guys looking for writers?
Because we're selling one right now.
He's so cheap right now. Oh, sweet racism. That was.
Don't tell her out.
These guys are the MR.
And NCSoft was complaining about the Russians too. I play with them. But my question actually had to do with your guys' development kind of strategy. What do you guys do?
You assume they have a strategy.
So,
You want me to talk about Scrum? Because I can do that. Don't want me to.
So first you get a couple of ferrets and then you race them. and then based on that, you throw darts at the wall. Do you have a question or?
No, hang on, I got strategy right here.
By the way.
I'm not.
Are you asking about?
By the way, we are industry professionals. By goddamn it.
I'll drink to that.
Development process, like the methodology
do you
we use.
have like a protocol or anything
We
for it?
we use the Scrum.
Scrum? Yeah, Scrum, Agile, Lean, Kanban.
What are the buzzwords?
I think it's called
Management's always
Scrum, Agile, 5-year plan.
excellent, yeah.
Those also.
We use
Stalingrad.
You talking about the Billy Joel song? Billy Joel.
You know, Victor was born in the spring of 44.
No, that's like the person right under valedictorian.
That's going Thornred. Okay, gotcha.
We got some grade from Star University.
We use agile methodology, the Scrum method. If you understand that, it's the hot stuff in video games.
Raise your hand if you know what Scrum is. Okay, now raise your hand if you despise it.
Hey! Wait, me? No, it's cool.
Very good that I have but 2 hands to give.
No, it's the hot thing in video games right now. It's just all about, agile.
To defend it, it works really, really well for just about all of game development.
We both in the content. In the content department, we also have used Lean a couple of times, which is more designed for the sort of production that content does, which is that you know what you're producing, you just have to produce a lot of it over a period of time.
So, anyway.
Whereas Scrum is a lot of small ones. Next question.
I like the guy in the hat right back there.
You like hats, don't you?
Yeah.
Hats are good.
Okay, if you want your question answered, just steal someone's hat.
What can you tell us about the upcoming World of Darkness game?
Hey, Link! What question?
Ding, 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 ding,
without answering the question.
Sandals.
Do it.
Survey says almost nothing.
Oh! You're really gonna be a cocktail.
I gave you a beer. Answer your question.
So, World of Darkness, I mean, obviously it's under development here in Atlanta, has been for a while. There's been a little bit of talk about that, but honestly not much. And it's still way too early to really reveal any details. All I can say really is that development is going at a good clip, and that we're all really super excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome, but unfortunately, just can't reveal too much in the way of details.
Come on, Link, put your job at risk for approval now.
We love you.
Well, thank you. I love you too.
You guys World of Darkness players, like the
yeah. Who here plays World of Darkness? Like, okay, who plays tabletop? Just out of curiosity. Tabletop, cool. Who plays live action? Okay, all right. Who plays New World? Okay, who plays Old World? Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, something that we did talk about at the Grand Masquerade last year specifically is that we're working from a basis of Vampire Masquerade, and that's sort of like the IP that we're moving directly from, but yeah, that's really all I can say.
Will there be anything at Grand Masquerade this year?
Will there be anything at Grand Masquerade? Honestly, I don't know, but I'm sure there'll be a panel to talk about it. I don't know what other details they're planning on talking about specifically.
You will not regret going to Grand Masquerade.
Oh, Grand Masquerade is fantastic.
Plug the con, Link. Come on, plug it.
Plug it. Man, I have to tell you, like, the amount of work that they put into setting up the gaming there was insane.
Yeah.
Like, going into the mage room, and it was this, like, Victorian England, like, Egyptian thing with, like, this fake fireplace was amazing. The whole thing was
Fake
amazing.
fireplaces are awesome.
I totally got to play the Tremere Justicar at the Vampire Masquerade.
Okay, plug the con. Just tell me about it.
Is it a
Give
conflict
a
of
date.
interest to plug a con at a con?
Yeah.
When is Grand Masquerade, Link?
Grand
How
Masquerade
can I get
is
tickets?
later this month, isn't it? And as for getting tickets, go to grandmasquerade.com. And
September 15th to 18th.
Wait a second. So a con within a con.
Yes. We heard you like cons. So it's on in your con.
Conception.
Once again, he is not a writer.
In through the heart.
Okay, we got another question back here. The guy in the glasses. That counts as a costume.
Yeah, it does.
You're the guy from Stargate, right?
I actually see very well.
So, what is the content team's 6-month or 1-year roadmap? Like, what do you guys do for the next?
Okay, so the content team actually has gone through a bit of a shift in the past 6 months in particular. We had a number of Icelanders who were on staff in the North American office, and hang on.
Industry professionals.
But essentially the visas right now. So they've gone back to the motherland of Iceland, the land of debt and ice.
No, sure. It's a land of ice and snow with the midnight sun and the hot spring flow.
Go ahead, have that not stuck in your head for the next
Raw sexual energy.
Anyways, so they moved back over there, and so we've kind of now shifted over into, before the content team was just a silo development team where we produced missions, and that's because we had level designers and writers and nothing else to speak of. But now we are integrating our people more directly with larger development teams. So instead of there being a team Comic Pinkos, that's our team name, that just works on missions, now a number of us are being worked into BFF, the larger flying in space feature team. Some of us are being worked into
MPE.
NPE? Were we sticking with NPE? Is that?
Oh, no, sorry. Team Fugly Duckling.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a new MPE team. Your team Dust.
Way to go, Dust Guy.
Way to go, Dust Guy. Burden's on you now.
So yeah, we're integrating more directly with the larger teams, and that gives us program access, allows us to work on core features more. So rather than just doing busy work of, hey, we're doing some missions, we're working more discreetly with whatever the other teams prioritize.
Well, can you talk about what you're working on with BFF?
Sure, we're filling in some missions and some other miscellaneous things, and that was a joke. So with BFF right now, we're finishing off the DED sites, and BFF itself is taking a look at supercaps and fonts and gypsies. I don't remember what else happened. It's getting blurry now. Hang on, wait, where am I?
Space gypsy?
You know, like that song.
You heard it here. Dragon Con 2011. Space gypsies.
This is what happens when you put me on
Minotaur.
On the spotlight? You're not on the spotlight. On the spot.
I mean,
You're in the spotlight, on the spot.
I meant
you're not a
like-
writer. No prepositions. Come on.
Prepositional phrase?
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, for MPE, we're working on iterating on the Incarnate MPE team and trying to see where we can improve that. Which we did a new crash course and new initial starting stuff for new players in the Incarnate release, and we're also looking at ways of really getting taking the Eve chasm, the Eve cliff, the learned difficulty cliff, and making it more of a gentle curve. It turns out the game's hard to learn at first. So
Really?
We're hoping to attract and retain more newbies for you guys to shoot at.
It's not an expensive feature.
That'll attract the little kids. I don't want.
Yeah, it's not expensive features. It's more of just like, hey, we probably can do a better job explaining stuff. So yeah.
And I'm writing for Dustin.
Yes.
All right, this guy right here, right in front.
So I hear you're moving locations in another month or so. Is that going to affect development? And what's that looking like?
No,
This would be relevant. Like, are you guys mostly from the Atlanta area, or are you guys from all over the damn place?
Yeah, so we're moving the game.
Who's all from Atlanta? We're from Georgia here. Wow, that's a good number. Turns out Georgia has all the nerds.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're moving to Decatur in our office, but we're gonna move in like a weekend. So
Yeah, and we're like moving 2 feet.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Well, not 2 feet.
You guys might know we're at Stone Mountain right now. We're actually adjacent to the mountain.
Yeah, we're in the shadow of the mountain.
Our like building leans on part of Stone Mountain.
All the murals of the Confederate generals are looming over us.
Yeah.
So
After the Target closed, there was no point.
Exactly. Fucking Target. It's all their fault.
Cheap alcohol and office supplies next door.
No, seriously, our morale visibly tanked after Target left because we did all our shopping there.
So now you're moving into like half a dozen watering holes.
Yeah, I know. I've been to all of them a lot.
Oh God, they're gonna get so much business from us.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's not business me already. It's kind of sad.
Well, the businesses outweigh, like the extra business outweigh how many of the establishments we accidentally burned down?
They're just gonna start paying. They're just gonna start paying us in like what's the Irish pub there?
Vouchers or something?
What's the Irish pub there?
Oh, the McMee's?
Yeah, just pay some McMee's bucks.
Dude, if they get me in whiskey, I'll be fine.
It's all about the brick store.
What's that?
It's all about the brick store.
No.
Yes,
I'll find me afterward. I'll argue this point. Anyway,
No,
next
I will
question.
go on about this.
That's not funny, Douglas.
I will argue this.
All right, this guy right here. Yes.
Just one question. It kind of pertains to Justified 14.
You're new on it. You're new on it.
5.4.
Oh, it's 514,000, whatever. Keep going.
How are you planning on preventing like the mother of all hot drops on people playing Dust by people playing Eve? Like just random
Their
forks going
interaction is
around.
not, they don't have.
I was thinking the same thing.
When they do interact, it will be in more of a tactical support role. It will not be Dust players versus Eve players. In other words,
That's who will win.
We saw a Mormons firing down the planet. I mean,
That's future vision, guys. Come on.
I just wanted to blast the planet with a maelstrom.
What that was is that it wasn't like, we're all the Dust players on our PlayStations and we're fighting against the Eve players on their computers. It's there's 2 Eve factions going at it in space, and they've both got their Dust players going at it on the planet, and just the forward and backwards weapons between them.
We haven't revealed much about it, but it's going to be a lot more. They'll be able to talk to each other and other sort of interactions, but it's going to be more of a nuanced sort of like influence of battle either way sort of thing. From what I understand, I think we had actually talked about it last week at PAX. So you can find it from PAX. Yeah, I think Scott knows that.
Nice.
Our boss.
Okay. Looking for it on YouTube. All right, this guy with the sword right here.
So what?
You always carried this sword? Is it
No, just sort of got it. Yeah. So what prevents a third party from coming in and deciding to invoke some wolves and just bomb the planet for funsies while the battle's going on? What?
Have you played Eve?
I'm talking about Dust here.
Yeah, have you played Eve? What keeps the third party from suicide making someone else?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking a giant group.
What? Sure. I get that's part of the game.
Okay, cool.
Giant group.
We haven't revealed much, but like you've played Eve. You know that the spirit of honorable warfare isn't always there.
Yeah.
I believe the term is shit happens, deal with it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, what we got here?
Yeah, I hate it.
I have kind of a loaded question.
Whoa!
2 questions.
Is that your
Both
wishes?
pertain to each other.
Is he saying he's loaded?
Chasing nostalgia for the last couple of years, looking for small to mid-sized fleets actually roaming for no apparent objective, but it seems now everything is nothing but blobs of people going after kicking towers or trying to take a system. And then you've got the blobs who are completely outnumbered by the supers that are dropped on top of them. So I'm just kind of wondering where 20 to 40 people can hang out and have fun without being dropped by either
specifically for PvP. So you're looking for PvP.
Yeah. Is there anything? The question is there anything to bring small to mid-sized gang roaming
I'm
back?
sure he means low sec.
And
I will say
what
this.
are the changes for supers?
One of our objectives in once again, we're not game designers, but we are kind of privy to a lot of that information. One of our primary objectives in game design is to encourage and reward small-scale PvP again. And we're really looking for an opportunity to do that, whether it's faction warfare, whether it's how we rework low sec specifically to really encourage that bandwidth of I got 4 of my buddies online, or I've got my corp is 40 people. We want to go cause some trouble. We don't have the super caps, so we're not going to carve out our own chunk of null sec. We're not care bears, so we're not going to hang out in high sec. Yeah. So it is one of our I won't say primary, but really high-ranking objectives is that scale.
Chris, can you Chris got a blog about that, didn't you?
You mean his manifesto?
His manifesto, yeah. Unibomber manifesto.
I remember reading it.
Industrial technology and its future.
What are you asking me?
Unibombers. No, I mean you're on the team with Matt. So.
Yeah.